93% of Americans will never have $1 million invested. Ever. That's not a scare tactic. That's just the math. And the crazy part? Most of those people weren't lazy. They weren't stupid. A lot of them worked their entire lives. They just never understood the game they were actually playing. See, building wealth in America isn't about income. There are people making $200,000 a year who are completely broke. School teachers retiring with $1.4 million. Same country, totally different result. So what's the difference? It's not the stock they picked. It's not the crypto they bought. It's not even how hard they worked. It's the level they were playing at. Because here's what nobody tells you. Investing has levels. And every level has completely different rules, different traps, different moves. And if you don't know what level you're on right now, you're going to keep making the mistakes, and that's completely fine. This is where almost everyone starts. At level 1, the problem isn't usually income. It's the story you're telling yourself about money. Things like, I'll start investing when I make more. I don't know enough yet. What if I lose it? Sound familiar? Here's the truth. Waiting until you feel ready is the trap. Nobody ever feels ready. The $0 investor is stuck in learning mode, but never doing mode. They've watched the YouTube videos. They know what a Roth IRA is. They just haven't opened one. The other big mistake at this level? Lifestyle creep. Every time income goes up, expenses go up with it. Bigger apartment, newer car, more subscriptions. There's nothing left to invest because spending expands to fill whatever is earned. The move at level 1 is brutally simple. Get out of debt, especially high-interest credit cards. Build a small emergency fund, even $1,000 to start. And then invest something, even if it's just $50 a month. The amount doesn't matter as much as the habit, because the habit is what unlocks $10,000. It doesn't sound like a lot, but getting here is genuinely hard, and a lot of people don't make it. If you're at this level, you've already done something most people never do. You've started. You've been consistent. You deserve to feel good about that. But here's where a new mistake shows up. At 10K, people start chasing. They see someone on social media turning $500 into $50,000 on a meme stock or a crypto play, and they think, my 10K could do that. Sometimes it does. Usually it doesn't. And now they're back at zero, but this time with regret. The 10K investor's real job is to stay boring. Max out that Roth IRA, invest consistently in low-cost index funds. Don't try to beat the market, be the market. At this level, compound interest is just getting warmed up. You're planting seeds. It doesn't look impressive yet, but here's the thing about compound interest. It's patient, and it rewards patience. Keep going. Level 3 is where things start to feel different. This is the level people talk about when they say money starts making money. And they're right. At $100K invested, a 10% return in a year isn't just $100 or $1,000. It's $10,000. Without you doing anything. Without you going into work an extra day. Without you grinding harder. The money is working, and now you can feel it. This is also where the mindset shift has to happen. At level 1 and 2, your income is your most important financial tool. At level 3 and beyond, your behavior is. The biggest threat to a 100K investor isn't a market crash, it's their own emotions. Because now the swings are real. A 20% drop means your portfolio just lost $20,000 on paper. And if you panic sell, you've turned a paper loss into a real one. The 100K investor has to learn to be comfortable with discomfort. They have to stop checking their portfolio every day. They have to zoom out. They also start to think about diversification more seriously here. Not just stocks, real estate maybe, tax strategy, Roth conversions, estate basics. This is the level where some people, for the first time, start working with a real financial advisor. Not because they're lost, but because the game is getting more complex, and they're smart enough to know they don't have to figure it out alone. $1 million. For most people, this number feels like a fantasy, something for other people, rich people, people who got lucky. But here's what $1 million actually looks like in real life for most people who have it. It's a 45-year-old in the Midwest who maxed out their 401k every year for 20 years. It's a nurse who bought a duplex at 28 and never sold it. It's a teacher with a boring index fund portfolio who never touched it. It's not glamorous, it's consistent. At the $1 million level, the mindset is completely different from where most people start. They don't think in transactions, they think in systems. They don't ask, how can I make more money? They ask, how can I make my money more efficient? Tax optimization is huge here, not tax evasion, tax strategy. How do I minimize what I owe legally? Where do I put money to grow tax-free? And how do I structure income so I keep more of what I earn? Millionaires also protect their downside more than they chase upside. They're not looking to 10x, they're looking to not lose. Because when you have $1 million, protecting it matters more than growing it fast. And one more thing, at this level, time becomes the real currency. They're not trading hours for dollars, they're building leverage through investments, through people, through assets that generate passive income. This is the level most people aspire to, and the one where the daily grind quietly starts to become optional. At $10 million, something interesting happens. The game isn't really about growing anymore, it's about legacy. People at this level aren't obsessing over their portfolio every quarter. They have advisors, accountants, estate attorneys. They're thinking about generational wealth, what they pass down, how it gets structured, how it survives them. But here's something most people don't expect. The biggest psychological battle at this level is purpose. When money is no longer a problem, the question becomes, what are you actually building this for? A lot of people hit this level and feel surprisingly empty because the goal was money and now they have it, and they realize money was never really the goal. The $10 million wealth builder has usually figured out their why a long time ago. They give, they invest in other people, they build things that outlast them. But how do you even get here? The honest answer? Most people who reach $10 million didn't start at $10 million. They started at 0, or at level 1, and they didn't stop. They built businesses, invested in real estate, held equity in companies. They took calculated risks, not reckless ones, and they stayed consistent through every market crash, every setback, every season where the numbers didn't move. Here's the thing I want you to walk away with today. Every single person you just heard about, every level, started somewhere lower. The gap between where you are and where you want to be isn't talent. It isn't luck. It isn't connections. It's usually just time. And the decision to not stop. You don't need to be at level 4 to start living like a better investor. You can make that decision today, right now. If you're at 0, open an account, any account. Just start. If you're at 10K, stay boring, stay consistent, don't chase. If you're at 100K, protect your emotions as much as your portfolio. And if you're already at 1 million or beyond, you already know. The mindset that got you here isn't the one that keeps you here. The level you're at right now isn't where your story ends. It's just where the next chapter starts. If this video helped you see your own journey a little more clearly, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment letting me know which level are you at right now. I'll see you in the next one.